So in this final video, we're going to talk about how to actually get in front of these potential prospects and these business owners. Because you can have an amazing product and you can have an amazing service, but if you don't actually go out and actively pursue new clients, your business is never going to grow and scale to the level that you wanted. So let's take some notes and let's check it out.
Hit the record. So we're going to talk about kind of the overview of the system, and really quickly I'll share with you, for those of you guys, most of you guys get it, but our goal here is to replace the need to have to manually message people, right? And our goal is to be able to replace the need to have to manually find these people or to have to pay for these leads, right? So those two things right there, if we can systematically create a larger pool of people that are in our niche, well, that's going to be great for us. And then if we can automate the outreach and we can send out, and we'll talk about kind of the variety of messages that we have, or the variety of ways that we can send out messages, then you can start to put the pieces together. I'm going to talk through how I plan on, doing the engagement steps and how we're going to qualify and pitch people. So I encourage the questions. Honestly, I wanted to give you guys one last training before the holidays because I know that we hadn't, I don't think we got it in last week. So I wanted to make sure that we did this so that you guys are ready to hit the ground running when it comes to the new year.
So once you have your demo bot, which we talked about in the last part of the training, what you're going to want to make sure is that you get your demo bot in front of as many people as possible, right? Because if you don't realize that sales and getting clients in a for your agency is essentially and could be and should be a full-time job, then you're very quickly going to realize that, right? And that's often the challenge that a lot of agency owners have, is they love doing chatbots, they love doing websites, they love doing Facebook ads, they love doing whatever, but they don't realize that getting clients is just as important, if not more important, than actually doing the actual service. And not to say necessarily, some people will argue that that both are more important, but no one would argue that you can't build, no successful person would argue that you can build a successful business without both of them. And so not paying attention to it and not giving the full-time effort is going to make it really difficult for you to be able to grow at the rate that you want to be able to grow at, right? So there's there's really five steps to getting bot clients. And here, let me hit them really quickly. First thing is you got to generate leads, okay? You got to generate leads. Lots of ways that you can do that, but you got to generate leads. We'll talk about that. Second thing is you got to reach out to them. You got to contact them, right? You got to get in front of them. The third thing you got to do is you got to get them on your demo bot, right? Get them on your demo bot. That's why I love selling chatbots, because identifying prospects is very, very easy, because they'll automatically subscribe and then you got them. Boom. That's your third step. Your fourth is your follow-up, right? You got to follow up and qualify. You got to get them, scheduled eventually for the fifth step, which is your pitch, right? Fifth step is your pitch. And there's lots of, I think that when people are starting out, it's also really, really helpful for people to realize that because of the scalability, because of the duplicability, which means that it's very templated, right? You can copy and paste stuff. And because of the blue ocean, the wide openness that is available right now, you can successfully go after an industry and offer chatbots for what most people would think are ridiculous prices, right? Like what most people would say is way too low of prices. You're undervaluing yourselves. And I would say for sure. But the challenge is that you're fighting two battles, right? The first battle that most people are fighting, not everybody, but most people are fighting, the internal battle of the fact that most people aren't born natural salespeople. Most people don't have a ton of closing skills. Most people are new to this industry. Most people are not like just gonna be like born closers, right? That's the first thing, is that just I know that most people are not that way. I was lucky enough to be a sales manager for 8 years and a sales trainer for 8 years, and so I I was fortunate enough to get all my wimp out, but I know that there's a lot of wimp in a lot of people when it comes to sales, and that's okay. That's why bots are great, because they allow you to do all the all the scary stuff for you. The second thing that you have going against you is that we're still so new to the industry. A lot of people were it was catching fire, and it was really getting popular last year. But then the whole Zuckerberg drama happened, and bots really kind of settled down in the ethos of people. And I actually see this as a positive, because now all of the amounts of just people who were chasing the next fad, they kind of left the chatbot industry, and they're kind of doing something else. But what I am really excited about is that it didn't change the opportunity that's out there for other for industries and for businesses. I mean, when you think about messenger automation, when you think about where it's going, right? Amazon, Alexa, right? When you think about Google, VR, right? When you think about Google Homes and all of this kind of the next is the voice interaction, but then after that it's in the VR cloud interaction. So chatbots and messenger automation and obviously marketing is not going away, and so for you to be able to position yourselves here at the beginning is just an awesome opportunity for a ton of people. So the reason I say that is, don't be afraid. My very first chatbot that I built for someone for free, right? I was just like, let me practice for you, right? Like, I just need your business to practice on and to let me try this thing out. I have this crazy idea, will you let me try it out? And it worked. So then what I did was I actually started charging people a little bit, not my full rate, right? But I started charging people a little bit, because I was like, I need to get more practice. I want to get more confidence. I need to get paid. So let me find a rate that is kind of in the middle, that I know I want to get to this higher rate, and I know that that's what it's valued at, but I'm going to work to get there, right? So I can get some more case studies, so I can get some more testimonials, so I can get some more customers. And it allowed me to kind of continue to work while I was, chasing this dream. And now what's beautiful about it is that I'm able to ask for the retainers and ask for the prices that that I enjoy or that I want, because I went through that process, right? And so don't be afraid to go and offer a free pilot, right? Just go into a business and say, hey, I'm going to build this chatbot for you for free. We're going to try it out. If it works, you'll pay me. If not, we won't, right? And you can kind of set whatever terms that you want, but then the worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. And then, the best thing that happens, or a lot of people think, well, what if they steal my stuff? What if they whatever? There's a ton of ways to protect yourself, and regardless, the biggest thing that you're looking for is the confidence and ability to say, hey, this works for this business like this, and I could do the same thing for you. So that's really what you're searching for when you're first getting started. So let's go into detail. Should we go into detail about each of those steps and all of the variety of ways to be able to do that? So the first step is lead gen, right? And there are a couple of ways to be able to do lead gen. The first, really there's two ways. You're either going to do it organically, or you're going to do it, really I guess there's 3 ways. You're going to do it organically, or you're going to do it through paid, or what we call direct outreach. So this is going out there and directly getting the leads ourselves, and we automate the process, we automate the systems. We use softwares and tools that go out and do this stuff for us. We have tools that will go out and grab all of the real estate agents or all of the restaurants in a certain area, or all of the people who are buying websites with a certain name. There are tools and softwares, make sure you're following all your laws, but there are tools and softwares that allow you to do that and be able to contact those businesses as well. So lead gen is the first step, right? But we really make sure that we are generating lots of people for us to do, or reach out to, which is the second step. And you want to make sure that you are actively going out there and messaging people, right? That you are actively going out there and contacting people in whatever variety you choose to do that, right? You can create a Facebook group like this, and you can draw people to you organically, right? You can, use Facebook, your Facebook profile. You can create a YouTube channel. You can start an Instagram. You can write on Quora. You can connect with people on LinkedIn. You can start a Twitch stream. You can start a podcast. You can, there's all these ways to organically generate, an audience to generate leads. So there's ways that that's you can do that. I've done a large variety of those, right? The second thing is you can pay for ads, right? You can pay. You can run Facebook ads. You can run Google ads. You can run Bing ads. You can run YouTube ads, right? There's a lot of paid media that's out there, right? You can do influencer shout outs, right? Depending on your niche. That might be a good thing for you. There's a lot of paid media out there that's available. So lead gen is huge, and then I talked about direct outreach, where we go out there and we utilize software like RoboContact, which goes out there and grabs all the information from Google Maps, right? We use things like Text in Bulk, which will search Yelp for all of the businesses in a given state right off of the Yelp database. And so we really like to automate that stuff. But that's the first step, is lead gen. And then the second step, we're on outreach. So outreach is big, and we mentioned that you can do Facebook group, you can do Facebook ads. The third variety, right, from direct outreach, what we do is we use emails, right? We go out there, and what's great about our tools is they can automatically submit the contact forms that are on websites, right? We send text messages. We do phone calls, right? We'll call people, right? We do all of this variety of outreach so that we can get as many people onto our demo bot, right? Because the third step, remember, is the demo bot. And you want to make sure that you are getting your ideal clients, right? Your ideal industry on the demo bot, and work them through exactly what their clients, what their customers would experience. That's what I love about chatbots, is that they're able to experience exactly what their customers are able to go through, right? That's very, very hard to explain through Facebook ads, or that's hard, unless you go through and build a full website. It's hard for them to experience what their customers are going to experience. The third thing, right, is the demo bot. The fourth is the follow-up, right, which we're talking about. You can do directly through the chatbot. You can build in automation sequences. You can ask them questions. Are you interested? Yes, no. Do you want more info? Yes, no. Do you want to schedule? Yes, no. You can ask them stuff. You can deliver videos. You can deliver case studies. You can deliver testimonials. You can deliver articles. You can deliver whatever you have. You can interact with them, right? And it's all automated. And so you can follow up and qualify those people on your demo bot so that you can get as many onto a pitch, right? The fifth step is to pitch them. And if you've done this process, right, if you've worked them through this process, you're going to have a large rate of people that you actually close, right? You're actually going to have a large rate of people that you actually sign. And I mentioned the biggest tip that I would give you is to get micro commitments, right? And to get a commitment as big as you can at the beginning, right? And whether that's just them putting in their credit card for $0, for them putting a $50 deposit down for the sales call, whatever it is, right? Having them make some sort of commitment makes it so much easier for you to just be able to bill their account later, right? And with our tools, it makes it easy. Once you have them on file, you can just go back and recharge them because they don't need to re-put in their information. As long as you have their permission, you can just go in and resubmit their payment. So what this does is just makes it so much easier on them to not have to go through all the steps again. All right, guys, you have now made it through the 3 steps to starting your 6-figure chatbot agency. And if it seems a little simpler than you may have thought, or if it seems not as complicated as you may have imagined, then you're probably right. And the reality is that there is a small opportunity right now for people like you to go out there and really leverage this tool to make a big impact on their business, on other people's businesses, and then ultimately on the market. So what you have to do is just go out there and take action. Go out there and find a niche. Pick a niche, pick an industry that you feel called to serve, that you feel you really want to help and bring value to. Create a demo bot. Find some different ways that you can actually apply the chatbot technology to these businesses and go out there and show them. And chances are somebody's going to want to try it and somebody's going to want to bite. And so if you want to learn even more and you want to go even deeper on these topics or even work with me personally, there's one more video for you in this series. Go check it out where I have a special invitation for viewers of this program.